Hey, what's up guys? So in this video, I want to talk about a really useful and sometimes misunderstood feature of dash cams, and that is the emergency recording feature. I've seen some confusion sometimes in the comments where people are wondering like, why do you have this emergency recording feature? Doesn't a dash cam record continuously? How do you stop and start recording? So let's talk a little bit about how dash cams are designed to work, how they're designed to save and protect videos in case of an accident or something happens while you're driving. And then also finally talking about the emergency record button when you are specifically telling the dash cam to save this specific video file. So the way a dash cam is designed to work, it's designed to just record continuously while you drive, right? You get in the car and you start driving and the dash cam just records in the background without you having to do anything. This is different than something like a GoPro or even your phone where you have to actually press a button to start and stop recording, right? Dash cams are designed to just automatically start recording when you're driving. And some of them actually are designed to also record when you're parked. Again, completely hands-free, ultimately designed to be this kind of like automatic camera that's always working in the background. Hopefully you never need it, but if you ever do, it's there and it's got your back. Now, it's designed to just record continuously, and eventually the memory card that's in the dash cam, it's going to get full, right? And so what's going to happen is the dash cam is then going to start overwriting the oldest footage so that it can continue saving the newest footage as you drive. And so depending on the size of your memory card and how many cameras you're running and quality settings that you choose and all, it could be a couple hours, it could be 10 hours, whatever. But eventually that card is going to fill up and it's going to start overwriting the oldest footage. Now, there's going to be times then when something important happens on the road and you want to make sure that this video file gets protected, it gets saved so it doesn't get overwritten, especially if maybe you have a smaller memory card or something happens and you forget to go and actually pull that video file off of your memory card. You want to get it protected. Now, dash cams have G sensors built in, and these are designed, let's say, in case of an accident, right? It's going to sense a big impact and it's going to save and protect that video clip, which can be very useful in case you get incapacitated or something happens. Now, realistically, if it's a minor accident, you're going to go to your dash cam and you're going to want to pull that video file off for police or insurance or whatever, right? But in case of maybe a more serious impact, it's nice to have that G sensor protecting that video file, especially if maybe you have parking recording enabled, and let's say your car gets towed and maybe it starts overwriting some of the oldest footage depending on how this stuff is implemented. Either way, it can be nice to have this feature. Now, I've found that the G sensor can also be triggered by things like speed bumps or potholes on the road, and so it's not something that I personally rely on all that much, but it is a nice feature to have, and every dash cam is going to advertise this feature. Now, I personally like the G sensor stuff mostly for parking recording. So if you're not in the car and somebody actually hits your car in a hit and run, the dash cam will sense that impact and it'll save and protect that video clip. And some dash cams can actually notify you next time you get back in the car that something happened while you were parked. Let's say there was a hit and run, then you can look at the video file, you can take a look at your car, you can see what's been going on.
An impact was detected during parking mode.
Now, there's going to be times when you want to manually save a clip, not just have it done automatically. And this can be useful if maybe it wasn't impact related. Let's say there was just something interesting or funny that happened on the road and you're like, hey, that's cool. I want to save that video clip to share for whatever reason. Now, in that case, if you want to save that video file, there's going to be a way for you to manually trigger what's called an emergency recording or maybe an event recording. Basically, the idea is the dash cam is going to give you a way to trigger and save that specific file. It may be like pressing a button on the dash cam. With some dash cams, there's a motion sensor and you wave your hand by it. Some dash cams use voice recording. Some of them have like optional accessories with remote buttons that you can press to do the same thing. Either way, you're going to be manually triggering a separate event on the dash cam. Now, what happens when you do this is, number one, it's going to save and protect this video clip and the length of time that it saves and all that kind of stuff before and after the button. Again, that's going to vary between dash cams, but the general idea is it's going to save and protect this video clip so that later on, if the card gets full again, it's not going to override that specific clip. Additionally, the other thing that it does, the second benefit, and kind of what I use it for primarily, is it just makes it easier to go back later and find that video clip when you get back home or you stop driving. So the idea is it's going to be continuously recording, right? So you're going to get tons and tons and tons of video files on the memory card, and it can be hard to find, that specific clip. You can try to remember like, oh, it was at 9:57 a.m. Cool, okay, make a mental note or something. But it can be easier just to mark that clip to make it easier to go back and find that video file later. Same thing with like your G sensor impacts or your parking mode videos will be saved separately from your driving mode videos and stuff. So the dash cams will actually categorize different types of videos to make it easier to go back and find afterwards the exact video clip that you need. And being able to manually mark a video clip and say, hey, set this video file aside so that I can find it later is also very useful too, in addition to just like, hey, that was something important that maybe didn't trigger the G sensor, but I still want to save that video clip. So that's the general idea here. You're basically just saving this clip to, number one, protect it, and number two, make it easier to find later in case you need to go back and figure out exactly what happened, or you want to just find that clip and, you know, save it and share it for later. So that's the general idea behind this kind of event recording or emergency recording. Yes, the dash cam is going to be recording continuously the whole time. Every dash cam does this, right? Automatically starts and stops, that kind of stuff. So you don't have to mess with the dash cam. But in situations where something important happened or interesting happened and you want to save that clip, that is really what the emergency recording feature is for. Very common feature, pretty much every dash cam has this. It's activated in different ways, but that's the general idea. And so, yeah, if you have any other maybe questions on like how dash cams work, or maybe some of the differences, some of the important features and stuff, let me know. I can do additional videos like this, just kind of going over that. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you're all doing great, and I'll see you in the next video.